Welcome everybody to Season 10 of the Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar, and we're 100 yards and running from McSweeney Field in Hilmar for the first episode of Season 10 of the Blitz, and we have the Yellow Jackets in their 100th anniversary season, looking for a big win to kick off a season full of expectations. In their way is Patterson High, the defending, undefeated Central California Conference champions who lost to the Yellow Jackets 1 year ago by 1 touchdown, so they're looking for redemption this week.
It's our shot, baby. Stanley on me. Stanley on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Stanley! Tempo, right? Get the call, get down, get set. Let's go. Hey, game 1 right here. We can do this right here. Tigers on me. Tigers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tigers!
The Tigers finished last season 10-3, with those losses coming to teams that ended up in the section title games of their respective divisions. We're talking Hilmar, Oakdale, and Manteca. As for the Jackets, they were Division 5 runner-ups, and they're coming back with a roster full of experienced players, seniors, juniors, you name it, they're ready to play. They want to win. We'll see how it all plays out with the Friday night highlights.
Let's go.
Hilmar with a solid start, and Luis Vargas gets the ball and he takes it 27 yards downfield for a first down. And a couple plays later, Hudson Acevedo runs the ball himself with a nice hit, a 3-yard gain. But the Tiger defense, they were there from the onset. Here's a gang tackle, and then it didn't take long for them to get an interception on the board. Hudson Acevedo lets it rip, but instead he finds Jeremiah Lugo. This is his first interception of the game, and that's a hint of things to come. Fast forward a couple possessions, and the Patterson offense is getting it done with Lolo Mattel. That's a 48-yard run. He's chased down by Noel Lopez in the red zone. Here's a pass for the end zone, which is no good, but it is also a penalty. So that sets up a scoring play by Max Medina. This kid is a freshman, and he just scored a touchdown in his first game at varsity to give his team a lead, although it is a 6-0 lead as Vargas blocks the PAT. And on the ensuing possession, we get the connection we've all been waiting for. Hudson Acevedo, he finds Derek Taylor, the senior receiver. That's a 34-yard reception, and he's flexing. But not for long, because he's intercepted. Again, Lugo, that kid's a sophomore, his second interception of the game. And Patterson, they were feeling good, but now they're not. That was a muff punt and great field position, but the football gods giveth, and they taketh away. That's a muffed handoff, and Hilmar can't capitalize. And that takes us to Patterson's final drive of the first half, and this is the cannonball. Sean Hansen with a 55-yard run. That kid is shifty, and that's going to lead to a Lolo Mattel 19-yard run straight up the middle. This kid will not be stopped. Medina says, nice run, let me throw a pass into the mix, and he's gonna find Noah Kozart for the touchdown, or at least it would be a touchdown, but that penalty wipes it off the board. And that's gonna set up a 40-yard field goal attempt that's blocked by Luis Vargas. It's deja vu, and our halftime score is 6-0, Patterson up. Now before we continue with the highlights, let's recognize our sponsor, Realtor Michael Rocha. Are you a buyer looking for that perfect home? Are you a seller wanting top dollar for your home? No matter what your real estate goals are, if you're looking to win in this real estate market, Michael Rocha is the realtor for you. So contact Michael Rocha today at 209-485-5228. You can also find him online on Instagram and on Facebook. We're back with second half action, and Derek Taylor getting it done with a nice tackle for a loss. Hilmar's defense, they played pretty well throughout the game, even though the offense was struggling, and they were helped out by a lot of mistakes, like that one right there, another muffed punt. But again, Hilmar's defense was slightly bending at times, as you will see right here with this play as Medina connects with Lugo. This one's good for 48 yards. He's finally chased down deep in Hilmar territory. and Patterson is knocking on the door, but Noel Lopez shuts it on their faces with an interception. No touchdown here, at least not for now. Actually, there will be a touchdown, but on the other side, because Hilmar's offense finally gets the engine revving. Hudson Azevedo, he drops back, he pumps, and he lets it loose. And Taylor, he reels it in for a beautiful catch. That one's good for 34 yards. And this 6-play, 80-yard drive is finished and capped by Hudson Azevedo with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Hilmar is going to take the lead right here, 7-6, with the help of a unique PAT that bounces off the helmet of an opponent. And after forcing a punt, Hilmar's back on the attack through the air with a 93-yard touchdown pass from Hudson Azevedo to Derek Taylor. Hilmar High is in hysterics. This is a showcase of the potential that everybody has come to expect from the Yellow Jackets this season. And that was so nice, I want to see it twice. So rewind it, because this is the play of the game with a beautiful stiff arm. And Derek Taylor spoke with our reporter, Joe Cortez, after the game, and he said, I wanted to slow down, deliver the stiff arm, and make sure I wasn't caught from behind or ankle tackled. That's awareness. He's a D1 prospect. Keep your eyes on this kid, Derek Taylor, wide receiver for Hilmar High. But Patterson wants you to know they have a receiver as well, Fernando Herrera. He reels in that 49-yard pass, and that's a clutch play, and that's going to lead to this cap of a 3-play scoring drive by Lolo Mattel. This is a 23-yard touchdown, and this kid is outrageous. He's good on offense, he's good on defense, but if you've been keeping track of the score, Patterson, they're not quite done yet. They need a 2-point conversion, but Vargas says no. Hilmar holding on to a 14-12 lead. But after a 4-and-out, that lead is being threatened as Hansen takes the ball 37 yards downfield. And at 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we're going to have Medina hook up with Fernando Herrera, a 10-yard touchdown pass. And Patterson, they're seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and they're going to see even more light after they convert this 2-point conversion. And this is going to put them up 20-14. Lolo Mattel coming up big for the Tigers. And so with time winding down, Hilmar is looking for a comeback. Azevedo connects with Jax Branco for a 13-yard reception. And a couple plays later, Azevedo is back through the air, finding a new receiver in Luke Cox, who brings in a 35-yard reception. But will they mount the comeback? Hilmar, they're looking for their number 1 receiver, Derek Taylor, but it's intercepted by Noah Kozart instead, and Patterson holds on for the upset. They win in the season opener.
What we just did was beat Hilmar. What was the score? 14-20. We couldn't do it without our team. Everyone pushed through the end, and we got the dub. It came out to the end. It was a good fight. We got to run the ball hard and keep passing. We got to spread them out. Once we run the ball and they close it in, we got to spread it out for passes, and that's what we did. Our team could actually do something. A lot of people doubted us, and now we're here taking a dub on Hilmar, where we lost, and now we're looking forward next week for Manteca. I want to shout out Lolo. Couldn't do it without him. He got long runs, touchdowns, and played defense, a lot of tackles. I want to thank the linemen. We're doing bad in the beginning, but we pushed through the whole game, and we won.
Now, this was kind of a sloppy game to kick off season 10 of the Blitz. And with that in mind, let's get to the individual stats, and we'll start with the winners, Patterson High. The quarterback, Max Medina, the freshman, if you recall, I said that earlier, crazy. This was his first varsity game, and he went 9 for 22 for 121 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 1 rushing touchdown as well. Number 24, Lolo Mattel, 70 carries, 96 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then Sean Hansen, the player we interviewed, number 4, 21 carries for 140 yards. On the flip side, we have Hilmar High, and we have the quarterback, Hudson Azevedo. He's back after an ACL tear last year that kept him on the sideline, and so it's no surprise that he was a little slow to get started, but once he picked it up for real. 15 for 30, 311 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. And that takes us to the wide receiver Derek Taylor, the senior, 6 receptions for 219 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Luis Vargas, the workhorse, 109 rushing yards on 16 carries. I spoke with head coach Frank Marquez after the game, and while he was disappointed, he had a silver lining outlook because he saw that his team bounced back late in the game and that their offensive production was picking up. And to add to that, the defense played well throughout the game. I mean, it was 6-0 for 3 quarters, and so again, Hilmar's defense was bending, but they weren't necessarily breaking. Now next week, Patterson High is going to take on Manteca, the defending D3 champions. We'll see if they can continue the trend of upsets. And as for Hilmar, they're going to be at home once again, hosting Los Banos High. They're going to try to bounce back because they can't make losing a trend, especially as they hunt for a Trans Valley League title, and more than that, another section title appearance, and hopefully a section title win this time. Now we'll pick back up with Hilmar later in the season during league play when they take on Ripon High, which will have TVL implications. As for next week, we'll be covering the Pittman High versus Cosumnes Oaks game, which will be taking place in Turlock at Joe Debley Stadium. And Pittman High is coming off a big win against Central Valley of series. You can catch all that action right here on Season 10 of The Blitz at turlockjournal.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you follow at Turlock Journal. So until next week, when we bring you all the high school football action from Joe Debley Stadium, I'm Frankie Tovar. Thank you for watching The Blitz.